Okay, it's probably streaming.
I think we're live, yeah.
I think so. I think we're live.
Cool.
I hit go live on YouTube, so hopefully we're live. I'm going to assume we are and kind of launch into it. But hello, everybody. Welcome to Dev Livestream number 8.
Wow.
Number 8.
That's a lot. I did not realize that we've live streamed that many times.
This is the 8th time for Wildwood Story specifically, because we also did several for the first Cattails. This one is extra special though, because this is actually the very last live stream before Cattails Wildwood Story is like released to the world, and then like the general public can play it and try it out, and that's super exciting. That's 6 days away from today, so we're pretty excited. We're staying busy, as you might imagine, with all of the pre-launch activities and making sure that everything's good to go for next Friday, because that's when the game launches on Steam. So if you haven't already, check that out on Steam, wishlist and follow the page, and then as soon as the game goes up, you'll get a notification. You should get an email about that. We're targeting 9 a.m. on Friday, so 9 a.m. Eastern. That's Eastern time. On Friday, that should be when Cattails Wildwood Story is finally released. It's been, how long has it been? It's been 4 years.
A long time.
4 years and 1 month, almost to the day.
Yeah.
4 years, 1 month, and 1 week of development time on Wildwood Story. So this is pretty incredible to have finally made it to this point and have a game that's ready to release. Yeah,
4 years of work. I don't know if that's something that I can even like explain the feeling of working on something for 4 years and then releasing it on Friday.
Yeah.
Like that is.
We
should have made a smaller game. What were we thinking? Why did we do this?
It's really funny. The past week, and honestly the upcoming week, it's like it goes extremely, extremely fast and also extremely slow, because it's like excruciating. It's like, okay, like, you know, the game's, it's almost ready. We're 99% of the way there. And we just have to make it to Friday, and then it launches. So
yeah.
I do see people in chat, so it does look like
hello.
We're not just talking to our monitor here. That's exciting.
Let us know if volume is good, if like the game's super loud over us, or if we're super loud. Any of that, let us know and we'll get it adjusted. Yeah, I'm really excited to stream today because I spent some time setting up, well, just playing the game. I was testing it in Spanish and German. That's what we've been working on for the last like few weeks, months, years, long time.
It feels that way.
We have been working on, we want to launch the game in Spanish and German, and it looks like that
and
is
we will
to be happening. Yeah.
Yep.
So
English, Spanish, and German.
So while I was testing out, and I do the Duolingo with Spanish, and I don't speak any German, but did my best, you know, to test. We had some other people testing it as well, but as I was doing that, I was thinking about the stream today, and just wanted to give a little bit more different content than what we normally do, because we usually will start a new save file, because that's a really exciting part of the game. The beginning of the game, there's so much energy of what will this turn into? What are we going to build? Starting from scratch, creating. I love that part of the game, but my favorite part of the game is actually the middle of the game. When you're about halfway through and you are starting to build relationships with the different cats in your colony, you have decorated your den, you're really starting to have this establishment, and you're starting to get to the point where now it's time to take over the world and do all the other stuff in the game. We aren't going to work on the main story this time, I don't think, or recruiting cats.
Did you get it to the second Dark Ruins? Is that part of your
I am to the point where we could do the second Dark Ruins, but I don't know if I want to, because
right, and we'll see
the game comes out on Friday. We made it. I'll just go ahead and load it up and kind of show people where we're going.
Let me make sure the game is set up.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So
Becca spent quite a lot of time preparing this save file specifically for the stream, which will be fun.
And I also got it to be autumn, which like I'm all about the fall vibes. fall.
Did you show them what you're drinking right now?
I mean, I just have some tea. I have some.
Yeah, in a cozy little handmade mug.
And you know, I'm wearing like my fall clothes. I got my fall hair. I'm just really loving, and especially October, like the spooky season. I'm feeling it.
Halloween
I'm all
vibes,
about it.
For
yeah.
sure. And that's why your cat has this beaky mask as well.
And I tried to time it to where we might be able to do the autumn festival because that's one of my favorite festivals. So yeah, I mean, we're going strong here. My cat already has a beaky mask. Like, that's what we're doing.
And I love the scarf too. That's very cozy.
You know, just it's the fall
vibes.
Yeah, fall vibes.
Living in your fall era.
So this is my den. I have it a little bit decorated. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty small still, honestly. Like, you can see there's like, you can see like the map in the top right. There's still a ton more that I could add to the den, but at least I have like another room on it. At least it's something. And it has like some stone features, the stone flooring. I do have 2 beds. Yeah, so I don't have any kittens yet on this save file, but we are married in this save file, and I think it's the first time we have streamed with a save file that I'm already like married to a cat.
Well, and who are you married to in this save file?
Jag.
Jag, of course.
So,
of course.
Yeah, so Jag and I are married. Let me see, I'm gonna go ahead. Well, let's just go out and explore it a little bit and show what's going on.
Yep,
so
there's Jag.
Okay, so yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I already have Jag maxed out on the friendship and on the buddy system
Wow.
Jag has been helping me get through the mines. And we're on the 2nd mine already. So that's the thing, there are 3 mines in this game, and I really wanted to explore those and spend more time in that.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, so we can definitely bring Jag along with us as we explore. We also are friends with a lot of the other cats, which is really nice because once you get your cat to 3-star friendship, then you can buddy up with them.
Right.
So I have to sip my tea. You have to do some of the talking so I can sip.
Yeah, so that panel that you saw just a moment ago, that's the buddy system panel. And one of the really cool things about this game that's different from the first Cattails is the buddy system and how you can go adventuring together, and those cats are going to level up and become more powerful over time. And in addition to that, they all have unique traits that make them a little bit different than every other cat. So there's a combination of a passive trait and an active trait that applies to any given cat. So right now you see Spark. Becca's got Spark pulled up here. Spark has the Fierce trait, which allows Spark to apply a damage over effect to nearby enemies, and also the Adaptive trait that allows Spark to level up quicker than other buddies would. So those little traits, those are going to make everybody feel individual. And so like what Becca was saying about Jag is that Jag is a really good cat to take into the mines with you, because Jag has this ability that breaks like all of the boulders around them. It's really cool when it activates because you can find staircases super easy if you get lucky.
Yeah, so let me know who you would like me to bring along on my adventures, because for 3-star cats, we already have Alabaster, Champ, Ellie, Jag, of course. And then Spark and Talon. So if you have a favorite, let me know. I will buddy up with them.
Very different cats too in terms of their traits.
We can adventure. So it's already midday, so I've probably already done some stuff. Let me look at the map.
Right, and while you do that, I'm going to jump into some of the Q&A here, because there's been quite a bit of questions already. There were some questions about whether or not this is the very last dev live stream, or what the format of this live stream is going to be. So this is the last one before launch, so that's obviously exciting, and launch is the next thing we're looking forward to, as opposed to scheduling live streams. That being said, I'd imagine at some point we'll probably hop back in for another live stream. Probably, like close to the Switch launch, for example. That would be a really good time for us to live stream. For the first game, we did a live stream that was like to celebrate the Switch launch, and we did a really funny little thing. Do you remember what we did?
I don't.
So we were playing the game on Switch because we got a capture card too, and we were excited about that. So we plugged our Switch into this capture card, and then what we did was Becca had the left Joy-Con and I had the right Joy-Con, which, you know, if you're not familiar with Switch, it has a detachable controller. There's 2 halves of it. So we were each controlling half of the game, and that was super fun. And I think it'd be fun to do something like that closer to the Switch launch.
Yeah. I mean, that is something when you have been playing the same cat game for 4 years as you work on it and it continues to grow, you have to come up with creative ways to play it. And so having a Joy-Con each is definitely really fun for us.
Right. I mean, both of us have probably individually like beat this game. And I mean like start to finish, no cheats, nothing like that. Probably like 10 times each minimum. I mean, so, you know, eventually you got to find ways to switch it up and make it exciting.
Yeah, so my exciting time this time is the first time that I have married Jag, which is really cool that there's all like the replayability and so much like dialogue and things to experience if you date and marry the different cats in your save file. And it's really nice to be able to do like the New Game Plus, so you can play you know, like get married, have kittens, all that fun stuff, and then play as your kitten and marry someone else.
Yeah, that was something that I mentioned in the social media post that we put out today as well. I put it was like 6 bullet points. It was like, we're coming out in 6 days, so here's 6 reasons to play the game. And one of those points was that there's over 20 marriageable cats, which is just like a ton. Like I don't know a lot of games that have 20 possible romance options, but Cattails Wildwood Story does. Genuinely, those are all different. You're gonna get different dialogue, different personalities for all of those cats, and of course, different kittens that are gonna end up from each of those pairings. So that is pretty cool, and that means, you know, you could play the game 20 times, and your romance storyline would look completely different every time. There's also some questions about the Switch release, because I mentioned the word, I mentioned Switch. This is probably the question that I get the most often, and I totally get it because I'm excited about it too. Switch launch is going to be in 2024. We don't really have more details to share on that right now, but we likely will have more to share on that later this year. So stay tuned to that. We'll definitely post to social media whatever the progress is on that. There's a question about promo codes. Yeah, there do exist promo codes in Wildwood Story. I don't know that we've shared any publicly, but that's part of the plan. We probably will share 1 or 2 of those in the future. And now I'm just catching up on chat here while Becca explores. Yeah, a question. What happens when your kittens grow up? So in this game, when your kittens become buddy level 10, you have the ability to start a New Game Plus file. And what's really fun about that, we found a way to incorporate that mechanically into the game. So your New Game Plus file is actually you playing as your adult kitten. So that's like when your kitten grows up, right? Would be when you start the New Game Plus file. So what that looks like is you take your kitten to the temple, you take them to the New Game Plus portal, you decide like, yes, I want to start a new file. And then as long as you have an empty file slot, the game is going to generate a new file as the adult version of that kitten, wearing whatever accessories they have, you know, with the same color as your kitten. And you're also going to start the game with that New Game Plus. You're going to start with a ton of bonuses based on how well you did and how far you got in your original save file. So you could start with certain items and skills based on your kitten's life experiences in your previous save file. And you also will start with several benefits, like any power paws that you've unlocked, you will automatically have unlocked in the new game. And your colony as well. So if you've recruited any cats, those cats are going to stick around. You don't have to re-recruit those. So you can kind of get started and really, you know, roll along into the main story really, really quickly on a New Game Plus file. Question, are you going to make more cat games? Are you going to make more Cattails games? That's a good question.
Do we want to go through all this again?
You know, I wouldn't say never. I wouldn't say never because I had a really, really fun time with this. But definitely right now, you know, I'm focused on getting this one out and then working on the Switch port. So I don't know that I can answer that today.
I mean, I think that this is the point where we're kind of really hesitant towards it because we're like, wow, this is so much work. We've worked so hard on it. And yeah, we're just like so ready to release it that it's like, it's a lot. But every time we kind of miss it once we're done, you know, and we like, I don't know, it's fun to create something new and I don't know what will be next. We genuinely don't know what game or what what will be next. We
Right.
don't have a project lined up. It's more of just getting this done, getting it on Switch, and then we'll be back to the full like creative process where we can
And
start
figure
from
it out,
scratch and
there's some ideas kicking around. We're not sitting on nothing, but
we have a
we'll
few
see.
ideas,
We'll
but
see.
nothing's set in stone yet, which is a really nice, like, exciting place to be where we can kind of decide what we want to do.
Mechanical Cat asks, did you add any secrets? Yes, we
There are
definitely
some
added
secrets that for sure people have not figured out yet.
I think the most approachable secret is the power paws. They're almost like Easter eggs. They're hidden all over the world. There's, I think, 27 of them in this game. And power paws are permanent upgrades to your character, but you have to find them. Sometimes they're hidden under rocks, or they're hidden inside of stumps. Sometimes they're attached to these seasonal statues that only activate during certain seasons, and they challenge you. Sometimes they're hidden in the mines. You know, they're all over the world. They're kind of sprinkled throughout, and collecting all 27 of those would be a real challenge. In addition to that, there's quite a few sort of more secretive secrets. I think one of the bigger secrets, and one that I'm excited about, which I'm not gonna spoil. I promise I won't spoil. All I'm gonna say is you're gonna have to get your paws wet if you want to see that one. So definitely there are some secrets. There's also like this. I don't know if this qualifies as a secret, but it's something I'm proud of. There's a lot of dialogue in the game that's like one-off lines that only trigger under like very specific circumstances.
Yeah, specific cutscenes and things like that for sure.
Right. So if those qualify, I mean, those are things that not every player is going to experience. So I think in a way
there's some other secrets too that just I don't think we'll ever share them. I think we'll just wait for people to play the full game, explore, and that's what's so great about the the name of my colony. I do not remember what I named it.
It is really funny. It's
you can tell I was testing.
I think I sent you a screenshot of this on Discord, and I just with like the question mark and then like the thinking emoji.
I was filling up I was using as many characters as I could, and then picking out like the longest title of the colony. So that way, like in Spanish and German are actually very longer languages than like longer in like if you were like to say like a sentence, the length is so long that I'm like, we need to make sure like if we max this out, is everything like appear on the screen right? And so that's why it is the longest namey.
Right. Another question here. Little Cat Girl asks, do you have love stories for the rival marriages? Yeah, so part of the rival marriages, and this was an update that came after the initial implementation of rival marriages, there's special events. Some games would call them hard events. They are required events that you have to trigger. You have to view these events before those cats will actually get together. And for each rival marriage, there's 3 of those that you have to somehow, witness, and some of them have pretty specific circumstances to trigger them. So you'll kind of get to watch as their relationships develop, which I think is very fun. Some of those cutscenes I'm really proud of. Becca helped me write a ton of those, and she did a fantastic job on those. So we're excited to see people play through those and experience those.
Sometimes they need your help too. They might ask you a difficult question. You might have to pick sides at times, which can be a little uncomfy, but it's really, I think the rival marriages is probably my favorite feature that we put in this game. Like out of all of them, the rival
There's a lot of features.
marriages. Yeah. Let's see. So right now what I'm doing is I am going down to this daily battle, and Alabaster is only rank 1 or only level 1, and so I'm not sure if Alabaster is gonna do well in the battle, but I'm really trying to take over the map. So we're definitely participating in these daily battles. That's what's going on, and I also need to eat something, so let me
That's a good idea.
do that so I don't have to worry about that. And my hunger bar is just so much bigger than when you start the game. I've definitely collected a lot of power paws to upgrade my health and hunger and all that good stuff.
Can you check real fast if shadows are enabled? I don't know why it's really bugging
It's bothering
me.
you?
I think shadows might be disabled.
Options.
It'd be under video options.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, yep, it's off. Huh.
Why'd we do that?
I don't know.
Draw
I don't know why.
shadows.
There we go. All right.
Fancy.
Sorry, that was bugging me.
I didn't even notice.
That's the kind of
so
stuff as
funny.
a game developer. I'm on it.
Wow,
with that kind of stuff.
look how different that is. You can see the shadow of the tree in the lava there that I almost stepped in. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that. So this is what we're talking about. This is one of those hidden power paws. So that stump, it's kind of hard to see it because they are hidden. That stump had like a paw, a symbol that was etched into it, and so Becca knew that if she attacked that stump, then you get that power paw.
Ooh, toad. Toads are pretty rare, and
Toads
so
are
I
rare.
try. Whenever I see a toad, I try to get it.
Nice, you got it. I like adventuring with alabaster because when you stumble across herbs, alabaster is more able to recognize herbs from a longer distance than other cats, and sometimes when alabaster harvests the herbs, they'll harvest a higher quality herb than what was actually growing because of that delicate trait. So that's kind of a really really powerful one to bring with you if you're exploring the world, trying to collect all of the items that you can bring back and sell and give as gifts and use and all that. Let's see here. What is the best prey in the game? That is a random question. Best prey, in what terms? I think the most valuable prey are definitely the legendary
I
ones.
have a favorite prey.
Okay,
Do you
yeah,
have a favorite prey?
let's go more subjective. What's your favorite prey
The
in a subjective
turtle.
sense? The turtle.
The turtle.
The turtle is super fun. I love turtles. Big fan of turtles, and one thing that I think is really fun about the turtles in the game is that they are actually really slow. So if you startle them, they try to run away, but they're super, super slow. I like the starling. I think the starling is fun because it's new to this game. So in the first Cattails, there were cardinals and blue jays were sort of the top tier birds, legendary prey. And they're still around. We still have cardinals and blue jays. But then in addition to that, we added starlings for Wildwood Story. Starlings, and this is interesting too. Part of the reason that starlings were added to the Wildwood specifically is because they have sort of a resemblance. They have a physical resemblance to the Voidling cats in that they have that dark hue, and then there's almost that staticky, speckled kind of look to them. So I really like the starlings for that reason.
There was a good question about why we changed the hunting in this game. Because, well, here's like a thing too that a lot of people don't know is that you can change the hunting. If you liked how it was in Cattails 1, you can change it to immersive in the accessibility. We got a lot of accessibility options in here. We changed the hunting system from the first one because it was a little bit difficult for some people to figure out did I do something right? Did I do something wrong? Because there's that random element. And so to just take out the random and give that skill check for players. But if that's not your thing, if it's like, oh, that's kind of like Dead by Daylight, or that's not your thing, then you can definitely switch it to immersive, which is the old way, or coin toss, which will make it really clear. So I'll go ahead and hunt with coin
that's a good
toss
idea.
on.
Immersive is the
see
closest to the first game, and then coin toss is exactly like immersive, except that it's actually gonna show you the GUI. So here you see it says you have a 75% chance, and you succeeded.
Got it.
So it's a little bit more clear what's going on.
Yeah. So if you ever are wanting to change if you don't like the quick time, because those are pretty tricky. You can always do this. So we got a 60% chance because we're a little bit farther away and that prey's a little bit more rare. So that kind of shows what's going on behind the scenes. And then I can turn it to the immersive. And then the exact same thing that happened in coin toss is happening, but we don't have to wait for that coin animation. So here we go.
Right.
And we pounce.
I like immersive. I think it's for a sort of a hardcore gamer, somebody who's like really in for the challenge, because it doesn't show you the radius like Becca was saying, and yeah, it does reincorporate that random element, so it kind of ups the tension when you find like a really rare bird or something, because you don't know if you're going to get it or not, and you have that sort of tension of like, how close can I get to this thing? Because the closer you get, the higher your chance of success until you hit that radius, and that's when the prey's going to notice you and run away.
I really like it for storytelling purposes because you're not going to get every single hunt, and it just looks like really smooth. And so I really like that if you're like kind of playing a character in your head, playing pretend. I think that's one of my favorite like ways to play as well.
Yeah, it's non-intrusive, so it doesn't bring up the GUI, and that helps you to stay immersed, I think. Oh, some lavender there. That's nice.
Ooh, nice.
Okay,
Alabaster
so-
is ready to level up.
So this is pretty cool. So what's happened here is Becca has traveled with Alabaster for quite a while, and while she's been doing that, Alabaster has been gaining buddy experience points. So every time that you fight, you pick an herb, you catch prey, your buddy gets experience points. And once you reach enough of those, your buddy is eligible for a level up. So Alabaster is currently level 1, but is eligible for level 2. So if Becca spends this 20 experience points, Alabaster will become level 2. And now Alabaster has more health, can deal more damage, and those traits, Delicate and Hardy, those are a little bit more effective. And yeah, you can level a buddy up all the way up to level 10 as well. So that's there's a pretty sizable track on improving any given buddy.
Yeah, and I find that they hunt a lot better. So before, Alabaster was not always catching the prey for me, which is okay. Alabaster hasn't had much time to explore.
That's true.
So now they are a little bit better. Let's see.
Spending a lot of time in the garden, so no
Yeah.
time to hunt.
Here we go.
Karen 2 says, the mines are so good in this game. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. We're definitely going to check them out during this playthrough today.
We definitely should, because that's one of the areas where I spent a couple of months just on the mines, just to make sure that those were as good as possible. I really, really liked the mines in the first game, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to expand on that concept, so I wanted to add new enemy types and special floor types and special mechanics and new rewards and all that. And I think we did a pretty good job on that, because the mines are this whole sub-element of the game with its own progression. There's 3 separate mines, so you can beat the first mine, which is, you know, similar to the first game. There's new features. And then the second mine opens up, and the second mine is like a remix of the first, and there's new elements, and there's new enemies, and all this new content, and a new shop as well. And then you beat the second mine, and you're like, okay, I did it. And it opens up the third mine, and then you get this whole new challenge with all these new enemies and floors and rewards and new gemstones and all this stuff. So I'm really, really proud of how the mines came together. That's for sure.
Yeah, so you'll see that I'm a little bit of a hoarder in this game. So we're just going to store everything.
Spring Blossom asks, what are your thoughts on garlic and writing garlic? You haven't talked about garlic.
Oh, I guess we haven't.
I like garlic.
like garlic,
I quite
too.
like garlic.
Garlic reminds me of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that's definitely kind of the mood that garlic evokes. I think most players, at least the way that I play, I don't end up interacting with garlic very much because garlic sleeps in so late every day. So I'm usually like, I'm out of town before garlic is even up and about and moving around. But the chances that I do get to interact with garlic, you know, how could you not love garlic? Just a lovable little fluff ball. It's kind of how I feel about garlic. Oh, you could build that.
I could get this.
That's a lot
After
of stone.
constructing, yeah.
So what Becca's looking at here is the colony stockpiles and the construction projects. Long story short, you can collect resources that your colony puts into these stockpiles, and then you can spend those resources on construction projects, which are permanent benefits that will continue to help you out for the rest of the game. So Becca's just constructed the improved roofing construction project, and that one is super useful because what it means is every time that you go to sleep in your den, you heal more health and you gain more experience points, reflected by the better quality of the roofing above you while you're sleeping. So normally she would have gotten 15 experience points going to sleep for the night, and she just got 20.
I think I have
killed a lot.
enough experience points.
You have a lot. You certainly have
I've
a lot.
been playing this a lot.
You should probably upgrade some of those skills.
I love Pinecone Toss. It's one of my favorites. So
That
we're just
one's
going to go
really-
all out on Pinecone Toss.
It's super fun when you get Pinecone Toss super high level because the cooldown is like 15 seconds and you can toss like 10 pine cones at a time. It's ridiculous.
Jag
I
keeps
love it.
giving me very nice gifts, and I have not given Jag anything. So let me give them some licorice. Nice. So I think I'm going to go... Ooh, we do have these daily battles. I'm going to take Jag with me. We'll do... Ooh, actually, okay.
Oh yeah, because
I'm going
Jack's
to
level
take...
10, right?
Well, that's the thing. Jag's level 10. They're already leveled up. I'm going to bring Champ because Champ is fierce and tough. So Champ is going to help me get these daily battles done. Then I'm going to take Jag to help me out at the mines.
So this is kind of what we're saying about every cat has different traits, and they sort of help them to specialize for different tasks. Champ is, I think, undoubtedly the best in a one-on-one fight in terms of like the buddy system traits. I think there's no better combination of traits for taking down one enemy as quickly as possible. So yeah, we talked about it a little bit last live stream, but yeah, Champ is a monster when it comes to fighting. Very, very good pick to take into a daily battle. I agree with that.
And then it will help level him up too.
Right. I always like, when I'm going into daily battles, I like to take Talon with me because Talon has the Inspiring trait, and the Inspiring trait makes all of your ally fighting cats have a little bit more health and deal a little bit more damage.
It's so funny because at the beginning of the game, these daily challenges are so difficult, and a lot of times I just avoid them completely.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. Sometimes it's like 10 voidlings are swarming you.
And now that, we're in autumn, I have a lot more hearts, I have a lot more like health, and I have a buddy I can bring with me. It is just so much easier. Ooh, okay, I love getting honey, so we're definitely going to go for this.
Oh yeah, so this is a random event. You can stumble across beehives, and they're pretty rare. You aren't going to find these every day. But when you find a beehive, there's bees around it that are guarding it, and the bees have a poisonous attack, so they're a little bit dangerous to get to. But if you can destroy the hive, you get the honeycomb out of it, and honeycomb is super valuable, and it has this amazing effect, which is that if you eat the honey, it protects you from all negative status effects, including that poison that the bees have, for like a minute or two.
And that will be so helpful with the main story. If you have some of those that you can bring with you.
Helpful for the story and helpful for the mines, for sure.
I'm very bad at using my items, though. I am a hoarder cat.
There's a question about if cats drop friendship level over time. Yeah, so there's a little bit of decay. That being said, if you just talk to them once a day, or even every other day, it's not going to drop. We made sure that decay is very, very gentle. So as long as you're just talking to them, it should be no problem. You won't lose friendship level.
I mean, cats like to be left alone sometimes. It's all right.
And especially if you give them a good gift, I mean, that's going to offset that decay by a lot. I mean, several days worth.
I love Sweet Melody. That's the active skill I keep using. It heals up Champ, but it also heals up like the other fighter cats in those battles.
Right. That one is
So it's definitely like one of my go-tos.
For daily battles specifically?
Yeah, for daily battles.
I don't think there's a better one.
It doesn't heal your own cat though.
Right. I like Menacing Fangs does that. So Menacing Fangs is a self-heal. The trick with Menacing Fangs is it only works if there's an enemy nearby. So it sort of saps health from a nearby enemy. So the only way to heal yourself is to be in danger, right? You have to be in combat in order for that to work. But if you're good and you can dodge the attacks, then that's a way to heal yourself up. Honestly, I think probably my favorite skill, the one that I find myself taking all the time, well, there's two of them. I take Botany all the time. Botany helps you see nearby herbs that are growing. It's very similar to the scent compass when you're hunting, except it's for plants. And the other one that I end up taking a lot for, I don't know why, is Diplomacy. And Diplomacy just gives you a burst of influence in whatever region you're in. I think that's because I get really invested in the world domination mechanics where you can like take territory and you can claim parts of the map. I don't know why. I really enjoy that. I think it's because I played a lot of RTSs when I was younger, like Age of Empires, and so like the idea of capturing territory, it speaks to me. Okay, so you've got Jag with you, so I assume you're heading to the mines.
Yeah, we are going to the mines.
And you have your inventory set up for that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have some food and then some healing herbs.
And that's very smart. So those are the two things you really, really want to make sure you have when you head into mines.
So this is the first mine, and I've already completed that. So we are on to the second mine. We'll take this little food with us.
Yeah, there's some comments about Rosemary in the chat right now.
Oh, I love
Rosemary is amazing, and Rosemary was a Kickstarter stretch goal too, so you can thank all the Kickstarter backers for that one. They also helped us pick Rosemary's name, because we had a poll for that back in the day. This was like a year ago. But yeah, that's definitely one of the many fan favorites in the game.
I put my headlamp on in case we have any dark ones. See how Jag just got all of those rocks for me? Jag is the best.
So this level, this is an infested level.
Oh. Do they do poison damage? I don't remember.
I don't think the prowlers do.
Oh boy.
I don't believe
Oh,
they
this
do.
is okay, we're just gonna
you're
go
good.
down.
You're fine.
We're just
So-
not gonna deal with that
So
level.
the infested levels, that's a special type of level where you find these bugs nests that are just sitting there, and if you get too close to the bugs nests, then they open up and there's like these little centipede creatures and they'll spawn, it's like a silverfish or something. Like 3 of those or 4 of those will spawn and they're super fast. And you can take them down quick. They don't have a lot of health, but you can get swarmed by them easily enough, so you have to be careful there.
Also, check out this rock. I'm being
Ooh.
so careful with it. I do have my beaky mask on, so
Yeah,
I don't know if
do
it
you
will
wanna-
hurt me. But it has poison. So if you're if you're charging up, and then, Jag, no.
Oh no, Jag. Jag was standing on it.
Ooh, thank you, Jag.
Oh, found a crab in
See,
there too.
Jag is leveled all the way up. They are going to make these mines so much easier for me.
Oh, and you have sweet melody, so you can heal that damage pretty quick.
Ooh,
there's a bat
lot of
and a
bad
rat.
guys. Okay, heal.
Heal up, Jag.
Pinecone toss.
See, that's cool. I like that one. Pinecone toss is super high level.
I love
You get
pinecone
so
toss.
many projectiles. That's very satisfying.
We're gonna eat some stuff. You definitely have to watch your hunger in the mines. And I brought plenty of food.
There's a question from Okami HD who asked, is Cattails easier to play with controller or on keyboard? Honestly, both. I test with both.
We probably have different answers for this.
We probably do. I
Tyler
end up
tends
using
to
the controller a
use
lot.
the controller, and I think that the controller does feel really good. I tend to play with my left hand on the keyboard, so I tend not to use mouse, because you can do mouse and keyboard. I tend to just do left hand keyboard.
Right. We wanted to make the control scheme as accessible as possible. So in addition to being able to fully rebind all of these controls, just by default, you can play with just the keyboard. You don't ever have to use the mouse. You can play with keyboard and
Mouse, because it's a cat game.
right. You can play with just keyboard, you can play with keyboard and mouse, or you can play with the gamepad. Or I guess if you're really feeling it, you could play with gamepad and mouse, but I don't know why you would want to do that.
I was so excited about that treasure chest, and all there was 5 mews.
Oh, well, that's money.
Oh, so check this out.
If you found a $5 bill on the ground in a parking lot, you're telling me you wouldn't pick it up?
I mean, I would, but
That's a
I
treasure.
wouldn't put it in a treasure chest.
That's a treasure.
So check out, this is why I love pinecone toss. Boom! Just got
Wow.
all those rocks.
That was amazing. I forgot that they break rocks.
Yeah, pinecone toss, and you level it up, and you can toss so many pine cones. Definitely a favorite. Nice, Jag. Good job.
Yeah, so another one of the enemies, so right there, I was just going to talk about them. The chromatic bats are unique to the second mine. Chromatic bats are different than normal bats because, as you can see, they're much faster than normal bats, and their attack is random. So the amount that they hit you with, the damage of their attacks, that's randomized, so it's either going to be red, which is sort of a light attack, purple, which is a medium attack, or blue, which is a heavy attack. So you kind of have to be careful. Oh, there's a tremor trove as well.
Look at that.
Tremor troves, they stay in place, so they're really easy to hit. But the thing is, they on a rotating rhythm, they
You can
smash
jump-
into the ground.
If you're good at it, you can jump over their attacks. But I find
You
for me,
can dodge over the shockwaves.
especially because I have Jag with me, and Jag doesn't jump well. I think it's better just to get rid of them as quickly as possible.
You might want that rock because you can eat it if you get super hungry. If you're desperate.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Take that with me.
Right. That's another thing that's different from this game from the first game, and it was a very common suggestion is now you can eat the bats. So if and they're not the tastiest critters in the world. They don't help you a lot. But if you're really hurting for food in the mines, you can eat the bats now. There's a question about how did you create the crystal at the quest board thing where Rosemary was. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Becca actually made that. Do you want to talk about what that looks like?
I'm so focused on keeping it alive. You
All right,
talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
I am proud of it though. Thank you for telling him that
Yeah.
it was me that made that.
So that's one of the super cool new features of the game. There's the build menu
The build menu is so much fun.
is
Oh,
greatly expanded in this game. So in the first game, after you beat the game, you gained access to the custom colony system, which allowed you to choose a region of the world and settle a town, and then you could move the buildings and kind of place some walls and stuff. In this game, it's greatly expanded. So in addition to being the leader of the colony, you have the ability to really customize it. I mean, you can get in there and you can move trees and rocks and paths, and you can place lakes and lava, all sorts of really cool stuff. So what Becca did is Becca went into the build menu and found all the crystal decorations and placed a bunch of those strategically in a nice, appealing pattern behind the Founder Stone to make it look like this giant crystal amalgamation. And I think it turned out really cool.
Yeah, so you can like decorate and design and change the layout of your den, and then you can also change the layout of the town. There are like required buildings, so you have to have the dens there, and like the mines, I believe, is required, things like that. But you can also change the style of a lot of the buildings too. A lot of people, I don't know if people realize that or not, but you can change the style. That's nice.
It is a feature. It's somewhat hidden.
I'm gonna get this without hunting. Hey, yeah.
Oh, missed him. Ran right by it.
Okay.
Oh, he's taunting you.
Yeah. There we go.
You got it. That's funny. So the build menu is also super fun. One of my objectives for the build menu was that right off the get-go, right from the beginning of the game, that you could fully access that and you can really get in there and customize your town. So it doesn't even cost Muse. You can just start placing trees and rocks and paths and anything that you want to make your town, really unique and really your own right from the get-go as much as you want.
Jag and I aren't doing so hot.
Yeah, Jag is hurting, but in 2 seconds he'll have a heal up.
Be able to heal.
Yes, so those are the bugs we were talking about. Those are
they're
prowlers.
so scary, and I'm glad that I have like my active skills lined up and that I have a lot of practice, because those you do not want to underestimate. They don't look that scary, but when there's a lot of them and they're fast, they can definitely eat away your health.
It's a lot of discussion about glowing baby lions, and just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, we've got about another 20 minutes here, so you'll probably make some good progress in the mines. But if people have any questions about the game or questions about launch day, which again is next Friday, feel free to drop those in the chat, and we'll do our best to get around to those as we play here.
I got a curio.
You did. That's pretty cool. I think in the last Dev live stream we kind of talked about the museum. But yeah, there's these collectible items, curios, that you can donate to the museum. There's 30 of them, so it takes quite a while to get the full collection. But those are kind of fun.
I think I might actually leave the mine here because I really want to make sure that we get to Autumn 10 in order to... Oh, hello, Glimmer. I cannot donate my curios yet because I need to identify them.
Right.
But I want to make sure we can do the festival.
Star Kitten in chat says, I organized one of my towns based on when everyone wakes up to make it easy to talk to everyone. That's amazing. I've never seen that done, but that's kind of brilliant.
So nice.
Like that's low-key genius behavior. I love that.
I really like that, yeah. Okay, so
there are some cats, I mean, they don't wake up till 10:30, and that's always like, just wake up. I need to talk to you and give you a gift today, So I love that.
Ooh, Glimmer.
Question about, can you romance the villain or not? What an interesting idea. What a
That would be interesting.
That would be very interesting. Gonna leave it at that.
Earlier I was wondering if you were talking about lion or tiger kittens. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Cool. That would be really cool.
Mechanical Cat asked, who made the portraits for the cats? Those are the lovely work of Narabas Artworks. You can find Narabas on DeviantArt and Instagram and Twitter, and I highly recommend following Narabas because those portraits are amazing. I love them. I mean, I smile every time I see Spark's goofy little face. Big fan of all of the hard work that the Narabas did for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Lily asks, are there any specific gifts that the cats give you, like a gift that only that cat gives you, or a personal item or decoration? Yes to both. So every cat has a list of potential items they can gift you, and that's going to be kind of based on their interests or their personality. like some cats are going to give you things that they love, and other cats are going to give you things that they don't need and they don't want, and they're just trying to get rid of. And I think that speaks a lot about their individual personalities. But also, yeah, so there's a couple of items. I think the funniest one is probably the autograph.
Oh, goodness. Can you believe that one of the cats gives you an autograph?
One of the cats. I won't name names.
I don't think I have them
autograph.
unlocked on this save file yet. But
Oh, no.
like, what am I supposed to do with that?
As a question, what is your favorite rival marriage pairing, and are there any you considered adding but didn't? That's a great question. We definitely spent a long time identifying what pairings would exist.
That's a really good question.
One of our objectives, though, with the rival marriages is we didn't want every cat to pair up, and that's intentional. And that's because, you know, for some players who want to kind of experience everything mechanically on a single save file, if every single cat paired up, then it would leave you without, you know, a spouse to pick from. So we wanted to keep it to roughly half the cats pairing up, and then the other half were just always available, so you always have a very wide pool, and you know,
so you don't feel locked out. But here's the thing: the rival marriages are completely optional.
Completely.
And so don't let the rival marriage. I mean, you can do better than the other cat. You deserve them. Like, don't let a rival marriage get in your way of marrying who you want to marry.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and I here's the thing. We do have personal favorite pairings, but I kind of don't want to say them because I don't want to spoil any.
Yeah, which ones are which? Yeah, in case people don't know.
Great question. We probably won't be able to answer that. Mm-hmm. What is our favorite cat breed? Probably American short hairs and American long hairs, because that's what both of our real life cats are, which, by the way, that's Ellie and Buttercup. They're both in the game as well. Ellie and Buttercup are like 1-to-1. I mean, exactly who our cats are in real life. Personalities, looks, everything about them. Yeah, so I might be biased, but I'm going to have to go with that. I think in terms of cat breeds that I don't personally own, and I don't actually know anybody with this breed, but I've always been drawn to Russian Blues. I think Russian Blues are beautiful, majestic cats. Question about how long does it take to give birth? So in this game, there's some requirements. You have to be married, and you have to get your spouse's marriage rank up to maximum. And even once you do that, there's a little bit of a buffer. But if you've been talking to them and giving them gifts, and they've asked you the question of if you want to have kids, and you've said yes, then it takes roughly 7 or 8 days to have kittens. So yeah, roughly a season, something like that. We changed that from the first game, because in the first game there was like a minimum that was like 7 or 8 days, and then on top of that there was a random roll that happened every night, and it was like, are you going to have kittens tonight? Are you not? And what ends up happening with that is that most players end up having kittens in 8 or 9 days. Some players don't have kittens for like 25 days, and that was not a good experience. So we decided to go with a more defined approach for kittens, since it's such an important part of the gameplay for Wildwood Story. Okay,
I'm going to show a little pro tip. So, for many reasons, Kindly Purr is one of my favorite active skills. And today is a festival, the 10th of each month. So I'm making sure that's equipped, because then I can stand kind of in the center of some of these cats and then use it and gain some friendship. So
that's smart.
And then in between like the games and stuff, when the cooldown's back, I can go around, maybe stand in a different corner.
Very smart.
I love that skill for so many reasons. Ooh, let's play a game.
Ooh, a random person says, I waited a year to get a kitten, and Cattails won? I'm so sorry, that's so rough.
I mean, that's the thing about Cattails and Cattails Wildwood Story, is we learned a lot.
We did.
I really hope to think this game is much better in a lot of ways, because we just didn't know.
It is amazing how much you learn publishing a life sim game like that. Because the mechanics, I mean, there's so much going on in a game like this.
There's a lot. Yeah.
So many different little things that you can do. And at any point along the way, you could type the wrong number in and have the wrong player experience. So we applied all of that to Wildwood Story to make it an even better game.
I'm so excited about Magic
Hat.
Yeah,
what did you just find?
That is why I am here.
Whoa! You got a Magic Hat. You're a wizard.
And I still have my headlamp on over my Magic Hat.
I like the beaky mask and the scarf and the Magic Hat. It's like it's giving
That is
Gandalf
why
vibes or
we are
something.
here. To get magic hat. I'm gonna do paw hunt one more time.
There's a lot of comments right now about the Autumn Festival music and how amazing it is. Yeah, this one was a blast to work out because we were talking with Tormod, who's the composer for the game and also composed for the first game, and we're having a Skype meeting going back and forth on like what the festival music should look like. And I was trying to get comparisons to sort of real world holidays to kind of give a certain vibe for how these festivals should sound. And I'm like, oh, the festival for autumn, it should be a little scary, a little like Halloween, but also kind of approachable and cutesy. And Tormod came up, he was like, I know exactly what this needs. And he pulled out this theremin sound library, and if you've ever seen a theremin, they're the goofiest instruments, but it makes that sort of that ethereal, ghostly noise. Exactly like a woo. And it was just perfect. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, this is goofy. This is so funny. We have to use that. And he was extremely excited about that.
Oh no,
Oh,
Spark!
look at that! You just crushed the competition there. They got
That's
stuck behind some
right.
pumpkins real early. This is one of the new festival mini games. I'm super happy with this one. I think it's a blast to play.
Oh,
It's
no,
called
oh, no,
Pumpkin
oh, no.
Roll. And in Pumpkin Roll, you just have to avoid these pumpkins and not get pushed into the
Oh, no.
fire on the left. And it gets pretty tricky after about 30 seconds. I mean, it's difficult. A lot of tension there. If you can survive, I think it's a minute, then you get the maximum festival tokens. So you're almost there. You got 15 more seconds to go.
Oh goodness.
Yes, the pumpkin carving game is gone. Rejoice! That one was replaced. I know that one was unpopular. There's some ways that I could have reworked it, but I decided no, we're gonna start over.
Moving
We're gonna do
on.
something new. Moving on with our lives.
Like I said, we learned so much, and that's what makes this game so good, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at a minute.
You're
Do I
probably
keep
fine.
going? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna
It's
see how
kinda
far.
fun to see
I think
what-
I'm only gonna
what
play this
record you
game
can get.
once, because I don't really need the festival tokens. You can play it 3 times.
Right.
I'm just gonna play it once.
Well,
here,
it
try to-
becomes practically unwinnable after like 2 minutes. So
Oh, I'm not.
You're not gonna stick in there very long.
Oh, I'm getting to 3 minutes.
Okay, all right.
I'm not afraid
Becca's
of.
taking on the challenge.
I'm not afraid of these pumpkins.
Ooh, you can do it. Nice. You found the path. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
Oh, it's all the massive pumpkins.
Go,
Oh,
go,
no, no,
go,
no.
go.
Oh,
Ooh,
no,
I think
that's
that
a dead end.
That's it. I think that's it.
Oh, no. You
can I go right here?
Yeah. Oh, no. And then if you go... minute 45. That's pretty good. That's super good.
I'm happy with that.
If I hit a minute 15, then I'm like stoked. So that's a good performance.
Move over here.
I like one of the things I love about the Autumn Festival as well is the little eyes that are peeking out of the trees. It's like a small
Yeah.
detail, but there's
Ooh,
some spooky
scary.
glowing eyes peeking out of some of the bushes.
I need to talk to Jag while I'm here. That should be nice.
Also, it's an extremely small detail, but I think it's worth mentioning because it's super fun. If you try to enter the festival plaza too early or too late for any of the festivals, then Coco stops you and Coco's like, hey, we're not ready for the festival yet, come back at 10 a.m., whatever. For the fall festival specifically, that's not what happens. If you go up to the festival grounds early and you try to enter, it's actually Crampy who stops you, and Crampy is having a blast, right? Crampy has the goofiest grin. And Crampy's like, come back later, we're almost ready, because this is like Christmas to Crampy, I think. This is the best day ever. Because you get to be out in the fog at night, jumping out of bushes, scaring kittens, and I
Such a good festival.
think that's Crampy's favorite day of the year. Favorite festival is a
I
question.
mean, that
from
one is
Lily
my
here.
favorite. That one really is my favorite.
The Autumn Festival's great. I think for me personally, it's the Winter Festival. There's a fun snowball fight minigame that's also changed up from the first game quite a bit. I have a blast with that one. I really enjoy that. Close second though has to be the turtle races. I love Tank, Mimi, and Speedy. They're so iconic.
Oh, I'll always pick Mimi.
See that's the thing is everybody has to have a favorite turtle, right? Like there's got to be that one turtle that you're like, this is it. And I won't tell you which turtle is best. I won't tell you which one is objectively best.
Mimi.
you guys will have to figure it out on your own. But yeah, the festivals are also quite a bit different from the first game because in addition to new festival minigames, which are frankly better thought out and a little bit more fun, there's also secondary minigames at every festival. So you can either talk to Spark or Ember, and there will be a secondary game that you can play at every festival. Some of them, there's the Paw Hunt, which Becca was doing at that festival, where you have to collect those tokens. Some of them, Ember has a dice rolling game that's kind of fun, and then at certain ones, Ember has it's like rock paper scissors, but it's Catfish River, and that's always a blast. You can get some extra tokens that way as well. It's important to get the festival tokens, by the way, because if you're trying to 100% all of the power paws, there's a green power paw which increases your luck that you can only get at the festivals, and it's quite a few tokens, so you definitely want to save those up. All right, so we got 5 more minutes here. What do you want to focus on?
I'm kind of cheating, and I'm gonna try.
Oh my goodness, you're cheating.
I'm gonna keep sleeping.
Becca has a background in speedrunning, and I think that this is the speedrunning coming out.
No, it's showing. I'm gonna keep sleeping.
Oh, I see what's happening. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay, you knew.
Well, somebody actually called it in chat. Random person knew what was happening.
This is pretty exciting, actually.
I feel like this is a great way to end this stream.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool to see how because you're wearing the black tabby pattern, right? And Jag is like that tan kind of sandy color, and so the contrast is great. Yeah. I love it.
And well, here's the thing that's so cool, and this is why I really wanted the magic hat. Once your kittens are, I can't remember if you can do it immediately, but I know that once they're older, you can put accessories on your kittens. Once they're awake, you can. Once sleeping. So like they're gonna be newborns right now, but later the accessories that I unlock now, I can put them on my kittens, and they're so freaking cute.
Make them all wear wizard hats.
So.
I don't even know what color your eyes are because you're wearing the mask, right?
I honestly have no idea.
That'll be fun to find out.
Ooh, look at them.
Oh, green apparently.
Ooh, okay, so. We have some options. It's
always options.
Ooh, I really like
cool.
that one.
I like the dark stripes.
See, this is so exciting because it is like generated based off of your colors and your spouse's colors. So it's like, and these are always unique and beautiful for us too.
Right. I've talked about this before as well, but like the kitten generation is hardcore in this game. It's so much more expanded, like just in the background in the code, the stuff that the players don't even see, than it was in the first game. In the first game, any 2 potential parents, there were exactly 12 possible kittens they could have, like in terms of the colorations and the patterns. In this game, it's like virtually endless because it can blend the colors together in just about any way you can imagine.
It is impossible to pick.
Very hard to pick. I like the name Milo though for whatever you pick. That's a good name.
I'm gonna have this one be, I want to remember this one is tan with like some black stripes on it. So the next one I pick, cute. I don't want it to be
cute. Oh, look at that precious little cat. I like the light muzzle. It's cute. Big fan of that.
I love them.
Oh, another really fun part about the kitten generation in this, the overworld sprites inherit the body type traits of you and your spouse. So like Jag has the sort of small, slender body type for pretty much all of their attributes. And then Becca's character has sort of the fluffy cat attribute. So you can see it coming out in those overworld sprites. Sometimes the kittens are fluffy and sometimes they're slender. There's so much that's going on with the genetic system here. And you can see as well, because we were talking about the buddy system earlier, all of these kittens have a different loadout of traits that they start with. So you get a lot of variety there, and it speaks volumes about their personalities. But something that's super fun with that too is you can actually retrain your kittens, and you can give any of your kittens any of the available traits, both the passive and the active traits. So you can really set your kittens up so that for whatever mechanics are most important to you, you can apply those traits to your kittens and then be able to take them with you on your adventures. Claw, I like that. It's a throwback to the first Cattails. Mm-hmm. Especially because it was a darker kitten.
Ooh, I like the belly really nice. On this one. I like the belly a lot.
All right, we're coming up on the end of our time here, but yeah, I'm really glad that we did get to showcase the kittens. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I love that. Beautiful.
Oh, they're amazing.
You got an achievement for it. Milo, Wizard, Claw, and Socks. Aww.
Yeah, now we have to see what they look like. Even though I kind of didn't make beds for them in my den.
Oh no.
So, well, one of them.
Milo took your rock bed over there.
Oh, Claw found a cozy place, so that's good.
Oh, that is sweet. Look at him.
Look at my kitten.
Look at him sleeping. You must be so proud.
Look at them. I'm so proud.
I love this too. If you go up to a sleeping cat and you try to talk to him, then it
I just use the active skill.
It's well-wishers who are here to wish you the best. And
I don't know why I click that and then make them.
Oh, there you go. So if you try to talk to a sleeping cat,
They're
then they
sleeping.
snore, and there's a little ZZZ animation to plays, which I think is fun.
They're so sweet.
That's very sweet. Well, I think that's a successful
great-
live stream to have gotten the kittens and all
That's
that. And you made it through 2 seasons as well, because you got to see it was snowing on day 1 of winter. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. I think it's a good place to end it.
Great place to end it. So once again, thanks to everybody for joining. Again, 6 days till launch, till you guys can get your paws on the game, play it for yourself on Steam. We're so excited about that. The link to the Steam page should be down in the description below. You can go check that out. There's a ton more info about the game and all the features and how everything works. And you can wishlist it there as well, and you can follow it as well. Those are the best ways to stay up to date, because then Steam is going to let you know that, the moment that I hit release, it's going to let you know. So 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Friday, October 20th, 6 days from now. That's when everybody is going to be able to play the game. And if you're a Kickstarter backer, you should be receiving your Steam key pretty soon here. So keep an eye on your Kickstarter account inbox. We're going to start sending those middle of next week. So you should be able to see those.
And one more thing, I'll go ahead and say it. So we're a small studio. This is the team. This is
us.
The number one thing, if you're at this stream, if you're taking the time to watch this, then we really appreciate you. The number one thing that you can do to help us out this week is to write, if you purchase it on Steam, if you could write us a recommended review. That is the number one thing. I have no shame. I'll ask you to do it. I'll ask you to do it because it really helps. It really
if
helps.
you played the game, if you could review it, that's the most helpful thing.
I have no problem asking people, please, because we work so hard on it. That's the number one thing. If you really want to support us, if you could
very, very
write
helpful.
a good review on Steam, that would really help us out. So
yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody for watching. We'll be around. We'll definitely be here. I know this is the final live stream before launch, but we're not going anywhere.
Scheduled. I'm sure we'll do one in the future for sure.
Probably in the future. So keep an eye out for that. We'll definitely post to our Twitter, our Facebook, everywhere when we're going to be doing that next live stream, whenever that is. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone.
Thanks for joining. We're going to cut it off here. Have a good one, everybody. And we'll see you on Friday, hopefully. Hope you enjoy. All right,
Awesome.
bye.
Bye.